everyone, this is your astrologer and tarot reader Shravanthi here, and in this episode I'm going to talk to you about how the monsoon of India is going to be, because the monsoon season is on, and as you can see it has actually come a little in advance, because I saw rains in Chennai by August. That time itself it started raining and the climate started cooling down very fast. So if you know astrology, you can take the chart and you can analyze, but if you don't know astrology, it's fine. You can just watch and learn a lot about how you can predict about weather changes using astrological transit. So this is Shravanthi again, and all these have been taught to me by my Guru K.B. Gopalakrishnan, and each and every time he teaches, I want to share this knowledge to all the people, just because you need to understand that astrology is not just a superstitious science, but a very scientific, divine science which is being given to us, and that which we are not appreciating and using it in our daily life. Okay, so you want to know why and how to predict rain in astrology. Very simple. This is the technique number 1. The transit of Mars and Sun is very important. How is it very important? The transit of Mars and Sun generally in the Kanya Rasi will trigger a lot of rain. For example, if you take the transit today or now, both Mars and Sun will be in the nakshatra of Hasta. Hasta is Chandra nakshatra, that is Moon's nakshatra. Okay, so whenever Mars and Saturn cuts across Hastam, actually the monsoon will start triggering. Again, when Mars and Saturn sometimes cuts across in Kataka Rashi, rain will trigger, because that is a watery sign, because Kataka is also moon based, moon's Rashi, and Kataka is also watery element Rashi. When generally Mars and Saturn in the month of Adi, which is in Tamil we call it Adi, after that when it transits that particular area, the monsoon starts. Okay, so how does this transit work? Generally, when Sun transits over Mars, for example, Mars is in the particular degree, and when Sun transits across Mars, actually the rain will stop. But if Sun is standard and Mars transits over Sun, actually the monsoon starts beginning. So that is actually the logic. That is why when transit of planets sometimes does not meet, in some years, Mars and Sun will not meet, it will be only together for a very short period of time, and the proper transit will not happen. It will not happen in a watery sign, it will not happen in the Chandra nakshatra, Moon's nakshatra. All these will cause a lot of disturbances in the seasonal changes that we are having. Again, if you see right now, the Mars and Sun is in the Hasta nakshatra. This is one way of seeing. This is a standard which gets repeated almost every year, but in certain years actually the rainfall is much higher, on the higher side. And how do you see that? Very simple. Saturn, Jupiter and Rahu Ketu, these 4 planets will be mostly on the Moon's nakshatra or in the watery sign. For right now, if you see, Rahu will be in Rohini nakshatra, Saturn is in Trivona nakshatra, Mars and Sun is in Hasta nakshatra. Almost 1, 2, 3, 4 planets are there in Moon's nakshatra. So during this period of time, the rainfall will be much higher than expected. Only if Mars and Saturn is there, then rainfall level will decrease. But if major planets like Rahu and Saturn and Jupiter are there, it will actually increase the centimeters or the level of the rain. So this can predict how the transit of planets are so influential in monsoon. Similarly, the transit of planets are also very influential in summer season. That's why in Tamil Nadu we have some concept called Kathiri. Kathiri means the peak of summer season, where the temperature will almost touch 40 degrees Celsius or something, and that is when Sun will be transiting over Kritika nakshatra in that particular Rashi. So it is like the hottest period of the year. Similarly, when Sun and Mars will transit Dhanur and it will slowly turn, the winter will set. That is, the chillness will set. That is where they call Margari in Tamil. So if you can see, so many things have been beautifully designed in such a way that just with the transit of planet you can understand the weather. Just with the transit of planet you can actually plan how the weather of the year is going to be. That is why we all need to use astrology even in weather forecast. Otherwise we will not get lot of predictability issues. So this monsoon is going to be a very great monsoon because a lot of planets are there and the transit is also positive. And again, in Tajika chart of India also, the position of moon is quite strong. The position of moon actually is in the 7th house, seeing the Lagna itself, which actually shows that the transit is favoring a lot for the rains this year, and we can expect a lot of harvest. We can also expect not so much water problems across India. But when Sukran is actually in the 6th house, maybe the eastern part and the northwest part can get affected, but that is all very small details which we have to analyze. But overall, to understand how the weather is going to be, you can just use the planetary transit of Mars, Sun and a lot of small planets. Even the movement of moon is very important, which influences the weather of a particular area. So keep watching my channel so that I give you a lot of good information about weather, about astrology, about mundane astrology, celebrity horoscopes, tarot, remedies, my experiences in astrology and everything. So all these will be very helpful for you, and not only very helpful for you, it will also be very knowledge gaining so that you can understand how these sacred sciences are very useful in your day-to-day life. Keep watching my channel, but don't forget to subscribe and also share this video so that many people will come to know how this astrology is very astoundingly beautiful in understanding the weather itself. Thank you, and this is Shravanthi signing off.